I betcha. But how can we take it with us?
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Familiars. We are actors, we play Dungeons & Dragons, and we're playing Storm King's Thunder. We are going to get into a recap to bring you, yes you, up to speed as to where our group of adventurers currently are. But before that, I want to introduce you to our adventurers. So, first and foremost, I think in the order that we have become accustomed to, it's my friend Alex, who's not Captain Chowder.
I now
Actually
play
is
Captain
Rooster.
Chowder.
Yeah, right? It's cool. I've got a cool technical button to fix this very quickly. Oh, this isn't just Don. What up? This is Austin Durant, back from his show, joining us now, not acting on stage, acting for you. We've got, this is Captain Chowder. His name's also Ben, but Rooster's a different character on our stream. And Worthy! It's all coming together.
Yeah.
We've got Annalise Lawson here playing Worthy. We've got Zach Appleman playing Gaston. And we've got John Doherty playing all non-player characters. Ladies and germs, we are The Familiars.
The Familiars!
So happy that you are here with us. And just going to make sure that all of this is good to go. We are good to go. Look at that. So smooth. It's almost like we've been doing it for a little while. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that we are here in Grudhaug. Having just gone through one of the most epic Dungeons & Dragons battles that I have ever DM'd. Like, no joke. So, if you didn't see last week's episode, I highly recommend that you go and do that. But I will give you a short recap here. The Familiars are on the ground entrance, on the ground level of Grudhaug, searching for the Hill Giant Lord, Goo herself. Goo is trying to rise up in the hierarchy of the Hill Giants, of giants themselves, to become the head honchess of all giants in Faerun, and will stop at nothing until she is successful. She has been amassing an army of ogres, goblins, other hill giants, hobgoblins, orcs, and the like to ravage, pillage the countryside surrounding Grudhaug for livestock, the harvest, any food that she can muster to eat, to become the very largest giantess of them all. The Familiars weren't having it. They've come from Golden Fields in order to bring safety and security back to the Desserin Valley. And they just wiped the floor with a few huge bad guys in the basement here of Grudhaug, except for one bugbear that made it up the ladder and alerted whomever may be up top in Grudhaug. Just as we were ending the session, a huge booming voice came through, seemingly the ceiling itself, alerting them to the presence of the giant lord. Familiars, you find yourself here with the corpse of the hill giant, the Otyug, a very terrified bugbear, almost dead. And you look up and see Naxine jump down from the ledge, and a family of humans, husband, wife, and 2 children, gathered, huddled together at the top. There is what looks to be a barbarian of the Blue Bear tribe just behind Thibodeau, crossing the bridge, and a few pigs, a few just settling from the jarring experience of battle taking place amidst them, but now all finding little bits of food, going back to their watering trough, living their pig life.
Grazing, if you will.
If you will. What would you like to do?
What's that bugbear doing? The one that's still alive?
The bugbear is basically trying to dodge its way around this spiritual weapon that just keeps swinging at it as Worthy looks down, one hand on Rooster,
Nice.
who almost died, fully died last session. If it were not for Captain Chowder's ability to bend luck. I mean, guys, you gotta watch last week's episode. Incredible.
Are we
Critical
still
Who?
in? Are we still in
Now.
combat initiative?
No, we're
Great
out of
question.
combat initiative.
Okay.
This bugbear has removed themselves from combat and is now fully trying to stay alive. Just, just on you here. Please, no. Please, I just want to, please, no. Trying to dodge out of the way of this spiritual weapon as it keeps continuing to swing at it.
Justin's
doing?
gonna just notch an arrow and sort of have it taut, like aimed at the bugbear, sort of ready to fire at any moment. And he yells out to Worthy. He says, "Can you heal it?" It being Rooster.
Rooster's not an it. Rooster's a rooster. Oh shit, I'm muted? Am I muted? Can you
No,
hear me?
you're good.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, good.
You're good.
We
Okay.
heard that. It sounded
Joby
great.
did this, and I was like, oh no, because that would have been so cool.
No,
I
it
Where
don't
they
sounded
know
great.
what bloody words they prefer. Just, do you need help
Rooster's not.
healing or no?
Well, you never. Listen, stop interrupting me, first of all. It's bloody annoying. And second of all, I know how to heal. And Worthy reaches out and casts Healing Word at the 3rd level on Rooster.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Sadly, only 11 points. Hit points are regained.
That's okay.
Rooster, you come back to life.
Whoa! Hey there, buddy. Hey. Glad you're back.
Where's Penny?
Penny's dead.
Oh,
Penny's.
Penny didn't make it. I'm sorry.
Naxine. So very brusque. Can I run up
she's
to
just
this
gonna-
bug?
They're dead.
I want to run up to the bugbear and like grab it.
You run up, jump down.
Eyes turn red.
It is completely terrified and just cowers, trying to sort of clutch at its wounds. You can see that there's just blood seeping out of its stomach, and basically half of its face is basically just one open wound bleeding down. Completely cowering.
I grab the... All right, hey, Justin, tell him to give the all clear, to yell up, say we got away.
I walk up to the bugbear still with the arrow notched, and I say in Goblin, is it Goblin or Orc? I never remember, but I speak both.
Goblin.
I say, scream out. Tell them we've escaped out the back entrance.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
All right, 21.
Nice.
I speak common. Please. I'll do anything. I'll do anything you say.
All right. You yell up. Is that Goo? Who was that?
That's Goo.
Okay. Listen. You yell up. Say we're gone. We escaped.
Say we're stealing the pigs from outside and the sheep from outside.
That's right. All right.
Start talking.
Send him out. Do it.
Okay.
The bugbear stands up.
Would one of you please heal me?
They're hurting.
I look.
Start talking.
The bugbear yells up in Goblin. Justin, you understand what they say.
We got him on the run! They're heading out the back way!
Looks to you, says,
Please, heal me.
Before you do, ask him if there is a good place to rest down here. A place where we can hide.
We'll heal you if we survive. You want healing? Get us someplace safe. And Worthy kind of just puts up a little finger that makes the spiritual weapon loom just a little bit closer. If not, that might be it.
Okay.
Bugbear stands, or is standing, I described priorly, and begins to move up around this rise.
I'm
moving
following
around.
it with the bow.
Dead
Well,
concentrated.
What happened with the yelling up? And any response, or did we hear like oh they went outside, or anything happened?
No response. Not yet. No response yet.
Okay.
The bugbear moves up, and after a few moments, the bugbear has made it up now to where the hill giant is lying dead. And in Goblin, you hear a couple of high-pitched voices. Justin, you understand a few of the goblins now calling down through the hole.
Where'd they go? Which way did they go?
And the bugbear calls out,
They went out through the sleeping cave. You should be able to find them if you go there now.
the bugbear looks back to you. you hear the goblins say, "The sleeping caves, the sleeping caves, the sleeping caves," and they start to. You hear them. You hear the voices call out,
They're in the sleeping caves. The sleeping caves.
I say, how many are guarding goo? And as he thinks about it, and I stall for time, I turn back to Worthy and I say, next time I'm gonna offer a healing potion for you or your friends, let's not argue about verbs and nouns.
I don't know what you think gives you the right to talk to us however you want. You've made it perfectly clear that you're a mercenary and you're here for an oath bow. So if we're talking about healing and we're talking about bringing my friends back from death, mind your business.
I'll keep my healing potions to myself then. Sorry for offering. And he keeps the bow sort of trained on the goblin.
Do you know that your arm actually gets weaker the longer you keep a bow drawn like that?
The way I see it, you've got one other healer here besides you. You're gonna need me and my potion if you get bloody hurt in the rest of this encounter. So if I were you, I'd maybe leave it be.
Sure.
You are finished.
Back to the bugbear.
as Justan's arm does in fact start to, ever so slightly. He's a ranger. He's very, advanced. Shake.
And then once again, you hear from upstairs.
Yes.
Where's my meat?
No, I don't like it.
The bugbear looks at you
that's
and says,
You don't have much time. Pretty soon those goblins are gonna see that there's not a party running out of the sleeping caves. There are 5 hill giants that surround Goo. 4 ogres. And be careful of 6 goblins up top, 20 feet above. Goo sits in a large wagon we stole from a nearby farm. She wants nothing but to consume everything.
Can you tell me this? Find out if she can walk.
Thibodeau, make an insight check. I'll say with advantage.
— 17.
The bugbear says,
Heal me, and I'll tell you.
but Thibodeau, you see in the moment's hesitation that you have struck something that is true, that they hope to use as leverage. You get the sense that Goo can't walk.
Your healing's coming. Just hang on there. We got a few more questions to ask. Go ahead,
There's
Rooster.
somewhere in here to hide. Can you ask him that, Justin? And my pronouns are Rooster.
I speak common,
Oh, hello.
and I can understand
Just
you,
talk to him directly.
Dragonborn.
Okay. You killed my favorite pig. I don't like you.
Excuse me. I didn't kill your pig. You were unconscious. Your pig was killed by a fireball cast by this 8-foot panda behind me.
Oh, God.
What? Captain, you killed my pig?
Listen, I don't say this lightly, but you had to be there.
Why would you kill my lucky penny? I named her.
Right. We were in a spot, Rooster.
First,
We were in a
Goose is
real
gone.
jiff.
I understand, but first Goose is gone, now Penny. I cannot keep
Worthy-
a friend.
Worthy reaches out and puts a hand on Rooster and just says, animals have a special plane. A special part of the view plane just for them. It's beautiful and lovely. Penny's happy right now, I promise.
Really?
Yes, of course. Why would I lie to you? It's not the sort of thing you can just make up.
Are we gonna have a bloody funeral for a pig?
No, but I would like
but,
to eat Penny's heart.
Yeah.
The right thing to
You-
do.
I think it's the right thing
You
to
do
do,
that.
Rooster.
You do that, Rooster.
Why don't you
Also, if there's a place we can hide, I think that would be really great.
go ahead and eat that heart?
Yeah, fresh, it's roasted. Handcrafted.
Delicious. If anybody wants some, it's really nice.
No, that's all you.
Oh.
Wouldn't be right.
Don't actually eat. So.
I actually do enjoy raw meat, but it feels a little wrong, so...
Well, is there a place to hide? Can you tell us that, Orc? And thank you for your honesty. I cannot hear you
No,
because
or
you're not
muted.
talking loud enough. I can hear you now. Maybe if you talk.
I'm a bugbear.
Oh, I am so
No,
sorry.
or-
I am so
hit
sorry.
so hard.
I got hit so hard. It's not
I-
personal. It's not personal.
It is for me.
apologize.
Oh
I
man,
apologize.
come on.
Of course, I'm very sorry. I'm
No.
very sorry. I understand how that feels when people call me a
Oh
lizard.
god, no.
There's no place I know of where you can hide for too long.
Man.
You can try.
And then from upstairs. Again, you hear.
Sorry, everyone. I really wish that didn't happen. But unfortunately, I think the sound got totally fucked. Well, look, we've made it 19 episodes and we haven't had a huge technological snafu just yet. So keep sending us those Patreon bucks. But in all seriousness, what I would like to do is something very special, just to make sure that all y'all out there, America and the world, know in some way, shape, or form what happened in the rest of the episode, so that when you catch up with us next week, it's not completely out of context. Because let me tell you, the end of this episode was really something else. What I think we're gonna do is, I haven't introduced this person yet, but I have a good friend of mine who has been helping me out behind the scenes with the stream and Dungeons and Dragons in general for a long time now. They are a huge fan, and they have their own YouTube channel, and this he's basically my D&D guru, sensei, as it were. And when all this went down, we decided that maybe it would be best if he came in and gave you a little bit of a recap himself, something he's wanted to do for a long time. And without further ado, let me introduce you all to Bernard. Hey, Joby. Hey, Bernard. Welcome to the stream. We're really happy to have you on. Hey, Joby, sorry to interrupt, but before we get started on the recap, can I show a little something to your viewers as introduction to who I am? Yeah, totally. Go for it. I mean, just great. Yeah, so what I have is a video that I made over the pandemic that is really a short, concise welcome to everyone who might be interested in my style of DMing, my style of gameplay, and I think it would really just give a good bit of context to all of your viewers before I were to step into your world and to give a recap of what happened in episode 19. All right, well, I'll turn it over to you. Great, thanks, Joby. So without further ado, here is the introductory video to my YouTube channel, The Emotional GM. You slowly walk into the old keep. Candles burn brightly in the sconces around you. There's a smell of dust, oldness, time, if you could smell it. Your party is behind you. You look back, making sure that they're still close. And it's then that you hear it. Small claws skittering along the stone floor. Now they're above you, on either side. Are they echoes, or are there just too many? Darkness falls. And now, silence. What do you want to do? Hi everybody, I'm Bernard, and I'm here to talk to you about Dungeons & Dragons. Dungeons & Dragons is a game that you play with your friends and acquaintances and loved ones, where you sit around a table and tell a story together. There is one person at the table called a Dungeon Master, and that person is the one who is the referee for the rules and has a general sense of the larger narratives at work. What I want to do is to help you get acquainted with some of the rules that come along with this game. I know that they can feel daunting and overwhelming, but with a little practice, they can feel like second nature. And the important thing to remember with all of the rules is that the rules make it fun. In this world where we feel so disconnected from each other and so involved with our screens and so lonely, I am here to tell you, I am here to reassure you that there is hope, and that hope comes in the shape of a 20-sided die. I look forward to seeing more of you. Please post any comments or questions or queries, rules, or otherwise that you would like to see me talk about and answer. As always, I hope that everyone is staying safe and doing everything they can to make the world a little more beautiful than it was before. Thanks very much. See you soon. Awesome. Thanks so much, Bernard. So everyone, you can go check out Bernard's YouTube channel, The Emotional GM. He can really, if you're trying to just enhance your game, he can help you out. So Bernard, can we get a little bit of that recap? The familiars have found themselves in quite the predicament. The group is in the basement of Grud Haug being the den of Gu, the lordess of the hill giants. They believed that they could infiltrate Grud Haug and find a way to get close to Gu to at least obtain more information about how to take down the giantess lord. However, upon entering the den, they realized that they were mightily overpowered. The familiars fought bravely against the hill giants, as you can see in episode 18, even though Rooster almost lost their life. This episode, and especially the end of this episode, finds the group dealing with the consequences of their choices. Now the group is trying to decide whether they are going to ascend the ladder and see what fate beholds them when they enter the den, or if they are going to plan some kind of escape. However, the plan doesn't go as they had hoped the plan would go. As we know from history, planning is useless, but plans are essential. The group found themselves at a decision point. What are the familiars to do? They hear movement upstairs. They know that there's not much time to decide. They decide to jump into the river. What they don't know was what was awaiting them on the other side. All of the group shoots out of the dam and find themselves in mid-air, 50 feet above the ground. Joby asked them all to roll dexterity checks. Most of them succeed, except for Chowder. Naxine, the member of the Whispering Ghosts, at the last moment reaches out and touches Captain Chowder, casting her last spell slot of the spell Fly on Chowder. Chowder floats down to the ground, but Naxine is not so lucky. She careens into the water, as does Rooster and Worthy, both failing their saves. Worthy is stuck underneath the water. Rooster's unconscious. Thibodeau has been shot down the river. He runs out of the water and back to where the group is. Night has fallen and it's dark, so they feel like they may have a moment to at least get their bearings. Thibodeau tries to see who's where. I believe it was Rooster that took Maxine out as well. Thibodeau sees that she's not breathing. Thibodeau and Austin look to Joby and ask if the homebrewed rules for their NPCs uphold for healing kits. Joby looks as if he's ready to DM the death of this beloved NPC. Austin and Thibodeau are arguing with Joby, saying that they should be allowed to use a healing kit because the description only describes it as being used for creatures. It does not delineate between players and NPCs. This is one of the wonderful moments, the opportunities, the challenges of the Dungeon Master. And I believe that Joby entered into this conversation with an immense amount of compassion and respect for the game. He tried to bring along his players as long as he could until he had to step away from his relationship to them as players and step towards his relationship to them as the game master. He made the decision that Maxine's time had come to an end. The episode ends with Thibodeau vainly trying to continue his chest compressions on the dead Maxine. Arrows begin to fly into where the group sits. Geston casts Pass Without a Trace around the familiars, and Rooster brings the dead body of Maxine to the water and drops her in so that she can avoid in the afterlife whatever fate would await her outside of Grudhaug. Wow. Thank you, Bernard. That was really awesome. Okay, so that's going to do it for this week. Thank you guys so much for your patience while we figured out the best way to get around this technical snafu. We can't wait for you to tune in next week to see the exciting next installment of what the familiars are going to do in the Sword Coast, specifically Grudhaug. Until then, our intent is all for your delight.